What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are wondering, yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as the last video because it's still the same day. So I told you it was going to be a two-part just for the fact that I was just explaining basically how to take the car apart, what we need to do. Now we're on our second stage, which is fixing the whole car. So what I'm going to do in this room is that I'm going to fix the bumper and I'm going to fix the quarter, just because the bumper doesn't really matter where you fix it because it's plastic. But I am going to fix the quarter right here because this is basically the steel room. And I can't contaminate basically the other ones. So like I said, we got to fix the quarter, which isn't too bad, which is going to be a little small repair, which is pretty good. And then we are going to move on to sanding that door down, which is aluminum, sanding this hood down, which is aluminum, and sanding down that fender, which is aluminum, as well as the other fender. So basically the whole side and front end of the car is aluminum, other than the quarter panels and possibly the roof. So yeah, it gets complicated. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of shops that just fix it basically with their steel tools, and they sand it down with their steel DA, but you can't contaminate it, which means once you do that, you're just gonna have to replace parts. And these doors are perfectly in good conditions, that we just don't want to do that because it's going to be really expensive as well. So that was the problem that I had, which is why I had to bring it here at the shop. So I just want to give a huge shout out again to Brewster. Thank you one more time for letting me use the shop. Really appreciate it. Classic Auto Collision Center here in Idaho Falls is where my full-time job is, which I love so much. I wouldn't be anywhere else. So huge shout out to them. Like I said, we do amazing work here. So if you guys are ever basically you're in a fender bender, bring it to us, we'll fix it right, and we will do the proper repairs. So let's get back to this video though, and get working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my grinder. I don't have my stand, so I am just going to show you. I'm going to take my grinder and grind this down, and then I'm going to take my basically Eagle machine and start pulling out this basically dent right here, and we'll go from there. And then in between basically putting on my body filler, I will be sanding down the front bumper. We are taking out all the rock chips, which is going to be a task because it is a big ass bumper. Sorry for the French language, but it is a big bumper. It is kind of a challenge, but we will get it done. It just takes time. So stay tuned, you guys, and let's get to work. Guys, grinding it down. I use this DA right angle with 50 grit on the all right, hold on, give me a second. All right, I hate when it makes that noise. But I used 50 grit on that, and what I did is basically grind down the paint, and grinded down my basically my ground area. And then I think you've seen this machine before. You basically weld this metal rod right here to the metal. So what I did is I kind of followed my line, and I just did little dots of pulling, and it actually came out pretty good. We are going to fine tune it though with the body filler, just because, you know, when you do something like this, use this machine, you have to basically get the best you can, and then you fine tune it with body filler. And the less body filler you use, the better. So yeah, like I said, everything looked like it came out pretty good. It was just this area, so we are going to go ahead and just start mixing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my DA and ground around it with 80 grit, so that way our body filler can stick to the panel well. And when it's drying, we are, well, in between coats of drying, we are going to start sanding that bumper over there. So let's get started. Take you off to the next scene, you guys. Hey guys, I sanded it down with 80 grit. So this is what it's looking like. It's actually turning out pretty good. not 80 grit. I think I used 40 grit. Sorry. So I used 40 grit. Everything's turning out nice and smooth. It's actually coming out pretty good. As you can see, my line is finally coming into shape. I know it's a little bit wobbly right there, but we're gonna fix it with fine tuning. We do 40 grit first, so that way we can kind of just knock off all the material, and it's gonna show us basically where we need to add basically more body filler, or basically, well, it's just giving us an outline. So when we go to apply a second coat, we know like this right here, it just needs a little bit more filled in than this spot right here. So yeah, I'm gonna do another coat right now of body filler, and then we're gonna sand that one with 80 grit. So after we're done there, I will put on another coat, and that's my skim coat, and we should be done basically with this. So actually it didn't turn out too bad. So a lot of you may think that's a lot of body filler. That's actually hardly anything. So yeah, and then we have already started sanding down the bumper. So this one's going to take me a little bit longer, but we are getting there. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, guys. Well, it came out actually pretty good. So this BMW has a weird curved body line, so it looks, I mean, it feels amazing, but it's just weird because this curve right here, it kind of messes with my basically my sight, the way I see it, and when I'm feeling it, it's so different. But other than that, I mean, everything came out really good. So if you guys are wondering about this, you can't feel that at all, so you won't even have to worry about that. But other than that, I mean, it turned out really good. It turned out really nice as well. So that's basically my second coat of body filler. Now I'm going to go over with skim coat, and what skim coat does is basically hides my deeper scratches, and it also hides my pinholes as well. I know most of my body techs will probably get me when they say that even when you do skim coat, you always have pinholes no matter what. There's always one or two at least. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take my DA and DA 180, basically around that, and then we're going to do our skim coat, and then we should be done with this quarter panel, which is nice because then all we have to do is basically sand down. I think there's just a little small wobble on that door, so we're going to have to fix that, and then we're going to get sanding tomorrow on this hood. So yeah, that's what we're going with, and this is basically still at the same spot in my bumper. I actually went out to go get something to eat, which is why I haven't been really working on it. But break time's over, and it's time to get back to doing what we do best, and that's basically sand and get it fixed. So that's it, you guys. That's not the end of the video, but let's get it going. Let's get working. Well, everyone, this is the final product. Sanded it down with 180, finished it off with 220, and then I did my DA 220 around. So that piece is ready for primer. We'll do this door next, and then the big hood, sanding down rock chips on this one, as well as the fender as well. So the hood usually don't take too long. They probably take a couple hours just to sand down. The fender probably takes about an hour as well. The bumper, I basically got most of it sanded down. There's still basically, let me see if you guys can kind of see it. This section right here, this bottom section, that still needs to be sanded down. I'm not really going to worry about these scratches right here because they're already going to be scratched up by the time he takes it again. But we are going to fix this. I didn't see this crack right here. We are fixing this. I already put some of my basically primer down for right here. So basically what I did is I kind of dremeled a little tunnel right here, as well as drilling out, you know, holes on each side. So that way it's going to give it a proper repair, and it's going to give it more structure. So I'm going to finish that tonight. But all in all, we're probably going to be back tomorrow again, working on this car. And then we should have basically almost everything in primer by tomorrow. And hopefully by Monday night, I can at least get the car all prepped, ready for the painter, so he can paint it. My boy Dawson is going to be painting it, so I would paint it, but I'm just not going to have enough time to. And like I said, he knows a lot more of this waterborne base than I do, so I'd rather leave it to the professional and have him do it than, you know, me trying to learn on this car and kind of fail. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll probably have to make a third part probably of sanding down the car. But yeah, so there's 2 other parts that I have to order that I totally forgot and spaced it. But we are on our way to getting this car ready to prime. So this will be basically a short process. I'm putting all my time into this instead of basically the truck. So the guy needs this car back as soon as possible. So we're gonna basically bust it out within a week. Usually this repair right now is a 15-day repair. We're gonna try to get it done in about, add up all the hours in about 4 days. So bear with me. So hey guys, that's probably gonna be it for this video. Thank you once again. Like and subscribe. Keep following my channel so you can see more amazing builds like this one. I wouldn't say builds, but repairs. So once again, thank you so much. And until next time, see you later.